under the sound of my voice this morning, welcome again to your favorite program, Money Sense. Ìmọ̀ nípa owó ní ọjọ́ Ajé, every Monday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. We talk about money torí pé owó sọ pé tí òun ò bá sí nílé kí ẹnikẹ́ni kó má dá ìmọ̀ràn kankan lẹ́yìn òun. Without money, there will be challenges, and that was where we started from. Last week, we started looking at ways, traps that have been set by your enemies to swallow your money. Ẹ ṣá ti gbọ́ pé l'Abuja wọ́n láwọn eku ti gbówó mì, ṣùgbọ́n ní Ìbàdàn àti gbogbo àgbáyé tí ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ Oxygen FM, a ò fẹ́ kí ẹnikẹ́ni kó gbé owó yín mì. And that's the more reason why we have been looking at the traps that have been set to swallow your money and how to avoid them. Last week, we talked about the enemies, the visible enemies and the invisible enemies. Àwọn ọ̀tá tá a fojú rí, àwọn tó yọ̀bọ̀n sí ni, àwọn tó yọ̀bẹ sí ni, àwọn tí wọ́n yọ owó lápò ẹni láìmọ̀, pickpockets, armed robbers, thieves, burglars. But àwọn tó burú jù ń bẹ ni àwọn tó yẹ pé a pè ní invisible enemies, tó yẹ pé ẹ lè má rí pé ẹ ò kúkú nírun pẹ̀lú ojú yín, ṣùgbọ́n bí wọ́n ó ṣe ṣe sí yín, ojú wọn, aṣọ tí wọ́n wọ̀, mọ́tò tí wọ́n ń lò, ilé tí wọ́n ń gbé, ẹ ò kú ní mọ̀ wípé oníjìbìtì ènìyàn ni wọ́n. Àwọn yẹn la pè ní invisible enemies. A tún wá wò wípé kí ló ń fà á tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n, àwọn olóye, àwọn náà tún máa ń bọ́ sínú kòtò ìdókòwò èké. Why do people who are intelligent, hardworking people, people that have risen in their career path to the topmost, they still fall victims to scammers? Why? Ní nǹkan bí ọdún mélòó kan sẹ́yìn, I think several years back, a man called Emmanuel Nwude, over $200 million, he scammed a bank in Brazil, claiming that Nigeria wanted to sell an airport and so on and so forth. And he made sure that he received officials of the bank at CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria. They had a meeting there. What else would you want? They had a meeting there. Officials, people pretending to be officials of CBN, met them in Central Bank building. And the man believed. And they parted with over $200 million. Nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ni pé kò sẹ́ni tí wọn ò lè gbá. Ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ láàárọ̀ yìí, tó o bá ti lójú kòkòrò, tó o lọ́kànjúà, yóò lè díẹ̀ o kí wọ́n tó gbẹ ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú gbogbo nǹkan, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fi sínú àdúrà náà pé Olúwa má jẹ́ ká yé ó mú wa o. Olúwa má jẹ́ ká bọ́ sí ọwọ́ àwọn amòkùnṣìkà, apanilẹ́kúnjayé, àwọn tó jẹ́ pé kò sí nǹkan tó kàn bí ọ̀la rẹ bá ti rí. Gbogbo owó tó ti fi pamọ́ lágbo tí ń ṣiṣẹ́, ìjọ kan wọ́n fẹ́ gbà ni. Torí èyí la tún fi wá láàárọ̀ yìí lórí ètò wa Money Sense. Money Sense, ìmọ̀ nípa owó. Where we talk about money, we talk about the habits. We talk about the psychology of money. We talk about the psychology of spending. What are the things that make us behave the way we behave whenever we see money? And this morning, we are going to continue with that. I promise you in our promo that we are going to look at the 7 red flags. The 7 red flags that you will see. Only if you choose to ignore them, the flags are always there. In some cases, we don't know that they are red flags. Red flags ni àwọn àpẹẹrẹ tá a rí tá a rí pé ewu ń bẹ lóko ló ń gẹ o. Nínú àwọn àwòrán tí mo fi jáde ní òpin ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá yìí, mo kọ sí nǹkan nù bẹ̀ wípé agúnmọ̀ ń rí àwọn àmì yìí. Àwòrán ẹnìkan tó ń wa mọ́tò lọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fi signboard síbẹ̀ wípé bíríìjì ti já níwájú o, ṣùgbọ́n torí pé kò fara balẹ̀, ó ti bọ́ sínú bíríìjì kó tó di pé ó mọ̀ n tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa nìyẹn kíkú ṣe pé àwọn àwòrán yóò kì í sí ń bẹ̀ àwọn àwòrán yìí máa ń wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn àpẹẹrẹ wọ̀nyí wọ́n máa ń wà ń bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé tá a bá fojú sí dáadáa a ó rí. One of the greatest threats to wealth creation today is not lack of opportunities, but our inability to distinguish, differentiate between genuine investments from cleverly packaged scams. I said cleverly packaged. So today, I'm going to share with you 7 ways to detect scam investments before you lose your money. I'll be right back. Anywhere you are on to Oxygen FM 96.9. Call your friends, call your brothers, call your colleagues. Just 30 minutes. Learn about money because every day you have to deal with money. If you forget everything I've said today and last week, please don't forget what I'm about to share with you this morning. In medicine, doctors look for symptoms before making a diagnosis. When you have persistent cough, a good doctor doesn't just ignore it. When your body temperature rises, you don't say it doesn't matter. Those are called red flags. Red flags that may be pointing to something far greater than what you are seeing. Money also has red flags. If you ignore them, you are doing that to your own peril. The consequences can be financially fatal. So let us examine 7 of those red flags that once you see them, you yourself, even without being told, you will know that ewu ń bẹ lóko olóńgẹ o àwọn àmì méje wo òní a ó fi mọ̀ pé ewu ti wà lóko olóńgẹ o. Àmì àkọ́kọ́, we call it guaranteed returns. The moment somebody tells you this investment cannot fail, please pause. What did I say? I said you should pause. When somebody tells you guarantee 30%, 40% in 1 week, 2 weeks. When the promoter tells you your capital is 100% safe, you cannot lose money. Guarantee 30 or 40% monthly returns. Risk-free investment. There is nothing like that. Every legitimate investment all over the world, not only in Nigeria, not only in Ibadan, every legitimate investment carries some level of risk. If somebody promises you high returns with zero risk, that is when you should be more careful. Is either the person telling you is ignorant or simply and terribly dishonest. It's just being mischievous. So what question are you going to ask? Just ask the person, what are the risks involved? If they cannot clearly tell you, explain to you the risk involved in that investment, walk away. Even those ones that we call low risk, treasury bills, government bond, there are still little risk. The little risk can be in the sense that when you are investing, it could be 17%, it may go down, something may happen, but the risk is very low. But somebody coming to tell you, that's a red flag, that your investment is risk-free, 100%, promising you 30% per month, 40% per month. You should be careful. Risk. Red flag number 2 is what I call the pressure test. It's a red flag. Pressure test. When somebody is telling you, let's do it, kia kia. 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 Offer closes tonight. Only 3 slots left. Invest now or miss out. Don't tell many people. I only have few people that I have slots for. You should be careful. That is somebody mounting pressure on you. Scammers create urgency because they don't want you to think. The reason why they are putting pressure on you is that they don't want you to tell somebody else. They don't want you to think about it. And the next thing is they want you to just go into a vault and bring out money. The truth of the matter is that legitimate investments remain legitimate today, tomorrow, next week, next year, even 2 years' time. Legitimate investment will ever remain legitimate. So what question should you ask? And this is one question that scammers don't like. Just say, can I take a few days to review this opportunity? What did I say? Can I take a few days to review this opportunity? Usually they get annoyed. Well, if it goes, it goes. I can't guarantee you that it will still be available next 2 days. My brothers and sisters, my fathers and mothers at home, be careful. If they become aggressive, suspicious, or impatient, that's a warning sign for you. Don't go there. Don't go there. We'll be back. Welcome back to Oxygen FM 96.9. This is Morning Sense with Akin Ade. Our studio lines still remain the same. 070-4700-3969. 070-4700-2969. You can call in to ask questions. If somebody had brought any investment opportunity for you, call in. Let us examine it together. If you have if you ever had such a terrible experience of being scammed, you can call in. Share your experience with others. With thousands of others listening to this program and watching online, share your experience. School of life is very expensive. Some people have paid. You don't have to pay what others have paid for. So what is our scam shield number 3? Is what I call the complexity test. It's so easy. The complexity test. What's the red flag? The explanation sounds so sophisticated but confusing. You hear terms like AI trading algorithms, secret forex strategy, crypto mining pools, international arbitrage, proprietary investment engine. Yet, nobody can explain simply how money is generated. For a genuine investment, you should be able to explain to a secondary school boy how that investment makes money. Just ask a question, very simple question. Can a secondary school student understand how this business makes money? Can a secondary school student understand how this business makes money? If you don't have any answer to that, if not, don't invest. My favorite author, Warren Buffett, one of the greatest billionaires in the world, said, let me quote him. He said, never invest in what you do not understand. Never invest in what you do not understand. Tí o bá ti yé ẹ bí okòwò náà ṣe mú owó wọlé, má kówó ẹ síbẹ̀ o. Má kówó ẹ síbi tí ò yé ẹ bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa owó wọlé, má kówó síbẹ̀ o. The 4th red flag is what I call the regulation test. The company they're asking you to come and invest in, they avoid discussing regulation, licensing, registration, or compliance. Who is supervising? There is no business in Nigeria that does not have a supervisory authority. No business. You now ask them, who is your supervisory authority? They cannot tell you. Okay, let us say their audited book of accounts. They cannot tell you. How do they make money? They cannot tell you. When all these become issues, let me tell you, a general investment operator should be able to provide you the registration details, when the company was incorporated, what kind of business it was incorporated to do. There must be regulatory approvals where applicable. There should be a physical office address. There should be a very viable contact information. But Ibo office in Wawa. àwọn ló ń darí wọn, àwọn ló ń jẹ wọn lọ́wọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe business wọn. Simple question. This is what I call shield question. Who regulates this investment? Who regulates it? I remember when CBEX was trending. When somebody asked who was regulating it at that time, they brought out certificate of registration of CAC. CAC only registers companies. CAC doesn't regulate how you do your business. Just to register your name. So when you ask the question, who regulates this investment? And no clear answer is equal to no investment. When there's no clear answer as to who regulates that business, it means do not part with your hard-earned money. Your money is your blood. Your money is your sweat. You have worked for it for 30 days if you're a salary earner. You have been in the sun under the rain if you are a petty trader, and all of a sudden somebody wants to take away that money from you. Don't make it easy for them. Don't forget the invisible enemies. They don't force you. You willingly give your money to them. And red flag number 5 is what I called the recruitment test. The recruitment test. And what does that mean? Most conversations they will have with you will focus on bringing new members, referrals, recruitment bonuses, downlines, uplines. I'm sure you are all familiar with this. Once again, our studio line is 070-4700-3969, 070-4700-2969. You have things like upline, downline, and you keep on expanding. What that means is that the money being brought in by your downlines are the money being used to pay as others that have been there. When that flow stops, the investment crashes. So instead of having products or services, products they are selling or services they are rendering, real business activities, nothing like that too. If money comes mainly from new entrants, that's dangerous. What's the shit question you are supposed to ask? Simple question. If no new members join next month, how will profit be generated? And in fact, if I were you, the moment you hear bring new members, but they will tell you that it's not important. I know, I remember Cheers Way. Yeah, it's not important. It's not important that you bring new members. But if you bring new members, you will make more money. Don't forget what I told you about the psychology of spending, psychology of money. We are going to discuss that one of these weeks, one of these days on this program. Those people who are scammers, they have undergone training in human psychology. They know how our brains work. They know what we don't know. And an average human being, even if you make money initially, you will still want to make more. And that is when you will lose all the money that you have made. And that is why you have seen, many researches have been conducted. People who won lotteries, go back to them in 5 years. They are back to level 0. We'll be right back. The next red flag I'm giving you is what I called everybody is doing it. Really? Who is everybody? History is full of crowds moving confidently in the wrong direction. Never invest because people are excited. Invest because you understand. Your neighbor's excitement is not your own due diligence. Your due diligence is to look at the investment being presented to you, ask questions, take time, tell 1 or 2 other people. It's most likely that 1 or 2 or 3 other people that you are going to inform about it would have heard about it. They would have investigated it. Somebody told me about a company on Facebook, a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, and he told me, incidentally, I've seen the advert too. I researched it. So I just told him, bros, don't waste your time. This is a fraud. Look at the name of their company. Go to the website of Security and Exchange Commission. search it out. You will see a name that looks like their own, but there is a little addition. So if you are not careful, you will not spot the change. That's why I said they are so wise. Wise in inverted commas. Cunning craftiness, because they know the psychology of human beings. They know that most of our money decisions are not based on logic, but on emotions. That is what they exploit. So when they start telling you, everybody has been doing it. Who is everybody? And then there's what is called FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. I've had people who said, everybody needs to make one for the past. Can call my break? We are going to break. I think CBEX lasted over 1 year. The same thing with Cheers Way. Whereas the normal one we are used to will last 3, 4, 6 months. But as I'm talking now, I can tell you confidently that new scams are being repackaged as genuine businesses. All those things that we have discovered about the other ones, they are now repackaging it, and they will come up. But I can tell you, when you put whatever they have brought to you into all these tests, the red flags will just come up. Piam! You will see the red flags, except you choose to ignore them. We have talked about no documentation. Another one that I want to talk about is emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation. Be careful when somebody says, if you trust me, if you love me, if you are really my friend, I'm only showing you this opportunity. If you are a person of faith, money should never be invested to prove your loyalty to anybody. Not to your boyfriend, not to your husband, not to your wife, not to your pastor, not to your imam. Financial decisions should be based on facts, not guilt, not emotions. And I've talked about, if you don't understand it, don't put your money there. If you don't understand it, don't put your money there. Otherwise, the money is gone. Finally, let me talk about what emotions can do. It will overpower your sound reasoning. It will overpower it, and you'll not be able to think straight. And when this happens, the moment somebody gives you an offer that is making you to think, I'm changing my job, I'm going to resign, I'm going to buy a new car, I'm going to buy a new house, I'm going to change my wardrobe, emotion has taken over. The next thing for you to do is to relax. I want to thank you for staying with me this 30 minutes. 30 minutes, just like 3 minutes. And today, we have been able to look at the red flags that you will see, and you will know that this is definitely a scam. Until next week, when I come your way again, I'm Hakim Akinade. Thank you. God bless you.